Oh no. That just gave me the chills.
We'll call you DJ Damas. Like Ultra Damas, but DJ Damas.
Fire has made its way to his seat.
Hello. Play to win the game.
You never know. Welcome back to High Hope Sportscast. First episode of season 2. That is the first time JJ has seen the new intro video. I've been keeping it from him for weeks. So what did you think there, buddy?
Oh man, I thought we you threw me for a loop, DJ. I was listening to it, getting pumped up, and all of a sudden I hear, "Oh, I will call you DJ Damas," and I was like, "No way!" And his fire moved from his to his seat. Hey, welcome back. It's season 2. I'm pumped, dude. This is going to be the best. How many episodes?
What's that?
Is it saying how many episodes do you think we'll get in, DJ?
Well, this will be our first full season, as our first season we started in week 12 of the NFL season. So I think I texted you earlier. We'll probably be close, well over 100, I would say.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's just bring everybody for the ride. I hope we have an awesome off season, and wow, things have really picked up since our last episode, DJ.
Oh yeah, I've had to change my notes a few different times. So yeah, it's been probably one of the craziest off seasons I've ever seen so far in my life. Basically, there's quarterbacks getting thrown everywhere, dude. Oh my god, there's a lot of new faces on a lot of new teams, and it's just been one heck of a off season. Before we get into the free agent moves and trades and all that other stuff, there's two retirement newses that I want to get to. The first one we all know. I'm pretty sure every single person in the world knows Tom Brady came out of retirement and is back for his 23rd season, and he'll do so with the Buccaneers. So, and I think breaking news was yesterday or earlier today that they re-signed Leonard Fournette too, the running back. So, yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on Tom Brady coming back because we've all seen the thousands of posts and just the coverage on him. It's such a big deal, I guess. I mean, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but I mean, I didn't really think that it needed to be that big of a deal. And I in the back of my head, I kind of seen it coming anyway. So,
DJ, you pointed out to me that all they talked about for damn near 72 hours straight was Tom Brady's coming back, and it was like That's the only thing they would talk about.
Yep.
And we were just like, doesn't this guy know when to give up and call it a career? I mean, what else can the guy do?
Right.
And Fournette, he signed back 3-year, $21 million deal.
Yep.
So that's going to set Brady up having that solid running back in the backfield for at least one more year with him and Tom, Fournette and Tom together. So
yeah, and then the next one, Big Whit, Andrew Whitworth. He officially announced his retirement. He kind of had us all guessing. We didn't know for sure if he was going to call it a career. But just recently, I believe last week or over the weekend, I did see a video that was posted, and it was Andrew Whitworth and his kids celebrating on the field after the Super Bowl win for the Rams, and you could hear him telling his kids that was his last game, and he was going to be with them at home a lot more now. So he, like I said, he had us all waiting, and the answer was right there. He had his mind made up, and the answer was right there. He had it made up right there on the field in the Super Bowl confetti. So, I mean, maybe it's a good idea for him to wait to announce it. But for him to tell his kids right then and there, you can't go back on that, I guess, unless the kids really wanted him to go back. But I'm happy for him. He's accomplished a lot in the league. Finally got the Super Bowl win. The same year he won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. So, yeah, Big Whit, hope you enjoy retirement, man. You definitely earned it.
Well, I think it's just really smart move on his part to go out on top. He left a winner. He accomplished major goals in his last season. And like you said, DJ, how special is it at the Super Bowl, confetti raining down, hoisting the Lombardi? He tells his family and his kids, this is it.
Yep.
Wow. Congrats.
All right. And then we got that. And we're kind of going to get into the notable free agent offseason moves. I kind of agreed to, me and JJ agreed to do, well, originally we were only going to do our top 10. But we will do that. We'll do 5 each. And then there's also some more that we kind of have to cover. They're kind of big names. So we'll try to get it through it in a timely manner here. So JJ, I'll let you start with your 5, and then after that I'll do my 5.
Okay, just 1 second. All right, I know we're going to talk about a lot of names, so I kind of went with just to get this off the top. They're all AFC moves. I really think the AFC has become the dominant conference in the NFL. I mean, just look at in your Chiefs division, DJ. What quarterbacks are now in that division? Carr, Herbert, right. Now Russell Wilson and Pat Mahomes. So I'm going to start with two guys that we know well in Minnesota from the last couple 3-4 years for one and 2 years for the other. The juggernaut, Michael Pierce. It didn't work out in Minnesota. He only played 8 snaps out of 33 games, or 8 snaps, 8 games out of 33. So he went back to his old purple team, the Ravens in Baltimore, on a 3-year deal for $16.5 million. I tell you, DJ, the guy is a good football player. But if he can't stay on the field, and I understand the COVID year was just a big conundrum across the board, and he had a certain asthma that held him out, but I just wish him luck in Baltimore. I think he'll be a really good, solid nose tackle in the 3-4 defense. The second one also from the Vikings leaving Minnesota is tight end Tyler Conklin. And he got $7 or $6 million a year for 3 years for the New York Football Jets. And they also signed CJ Uzomah, from the Cincinnati Bengals. It's interesting to see where he's going to fit in there. We're going to miss him in Minnesota. He was very productive last year without Irv Smith going down early in the season. The third guy I went with was Lyle Collins. Now, this guy's 29 years old. He got cut by the Dallas Cowboys. He's an offensive tackle. And the tackles draw big dollar amounts. He's going to be protecting Joe Burrow. They went out and they signed a trio of linemen this offseason, and I think Lyle Collins is a home run grand slam. 3 years, so they're going to have him 29, 30, and 31. The fourth guy I went with was Amari Cooper, and like you talked about before, they just gave him away. The rumor, what my brother told me was Amari Cooper told Dak Prescott their in season that he was the black Kirk Cousins. So that caused the rift.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you? Yeah, I just thought the Browns traded him for a 2022 fifth, and they just exchanged 6. So they got a first-round receiver who played at Alabama for a 5th and a 6th. Are you kidding me? Right. Now he's going to have Deshaun Watson throwing to him. I mean, wow, that guy got lucky. And the final one was a previous Viking we traded for was Yannick Ngakoue. They picked up in Las Vegas. They got Chandler Jones, and as soon as they signed Jones, they shipped Ngakoue out for Rocky Sin, the safety from the Indy Colts. So the Colts, look out for them next year. I'm going to put a little preseason hint that they might be taking over that AFC South. And that's my 5 guys. I had 2 additions to guess who's visiting the Chiefs, DJ? It's a wide receiver.
I feel like I should know this, but I'm drawing a blank.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling was rumored to be in Kansas City in talks with the Chiefs, MVS. And a new linebacker might be making his way to the Super Bowl LA Rams. Can you think of who I'm talking about?
No.
He just got let go from Seattle.
Oh, Bobby Wagner.
Wouldn't that be a great fit for Bobby Wagner to go and play middle linebacker for the LA Rams?
Yeah, that would definitely be a good piece to put in there for Sean McVay and his defense. So,
yeah,
I kind of feel, now that you kind of put those two together, I kind of have vibes of the Rams kind of having a Seattle Seahawks vibe from when it was the Legion of Boom. I kind of get that vibe from the Rams.
Yeah, I second that, DJ. I don't think we give that defense enough credit. But if you put Aaron Donald and he reassures he's coming back to the D-line, you put Bobby Wagner in the middle of the defense, and then you got Jalen Ramsey as a shutdown corner. Oh, my God. Look out in the West.
This is going to be crazy. So I'll go with my 5 now. My first one, it's kind of, I don't know, the kind of one of the biggest moves of the season, if I remember correctly. Um, this one actually didn't really make any sense to me, I guess. The Bears trading Khalil Mack to the Chargers for a 2022 second rounder and a 2023 sixth rounder. The Bears gave him away for a bag of chips, dude. That why?
I
I
don't
mean
get
that
that.
is not that's one of Ryan Poles, the new GM in Chicago there. That's one of his biggest moves, and he gives Khalil Mack, that big of a defensive player, away for a second rounder and a sixth rounder. That's not a good move.
No, I agree with you, DJ. Looking out on the outside, looking in, I mean that it just makes the North more up for grabs, and then you kind of wonder: are the Bears going to go? What kind of record are they going to have without? They're not going to have Akeem Hicks back either. The middle of their defense in the front,
Right.
and you take away the edge rusher and Khalil Mack for what'd you say a third and a sixth?
A 2022 second rounder and a 2023 sixth rounder.
Yeah, a
So
second and a sixth. That ain't nothing.
just a bag of chips.
I want some Doritos.
So my second one is probably, I don't know, it might come a surprise to some, but I think it's a good move. The Detroit Lions, they signed wide receiver DJ Chark to a 1-year, $10 million contract. I like I said, I really like this signing. Get a struggling team like the Lions, a good receiver and like that for Jared Goff, and kind of team up with St. Brown, the receiver that was a rookie. He stood out to me too. So get those as probably the number 1 and number 2 receivers there in Detroit, and I think DJ Chark was definitely a good pickup for Dan Campbell and the Lions there.
I like DJ Chark as well. I couldn't really see him leaving, but Jacksonville filled some holes too this year in the free agent market, and I'm anxious to see what our boy Spielman with the new coach down there can do.
Yeah, I really like what Jacksonville has already been doing. They signed Zay Jones, and I don't remember. I think there was another receiver that they signed, but I don't remember what the name was. But I also don't like that they got rid of Miles Jack. That I don't know. That's like your heart and soul, your defense right there. I think that was a bad move.
Well, he ended up in Pittsburgh, but you're right, DJ. They signed Christian Kirk on a 4-year, $72 million
Yeah,
deal, and they
there you go.
re-signed our old Laquan Treadwell.
Oh, did they? I didn't know about that one.
And if you didn't remember, they signed Brandon Scherf to a 3-year, $49.5 million deal. He's that
Yeah,
big left guard from Washington.
I definitely think the Jaguars are going to be better this year than they have in the last few years. So they'll be kind of a team to keep an eye on. And then we're going to move on to my third one. This guy, he originally agreed with Dallas on this same exact contract, but he decided to go to the Denver Broncos, and I'm talking about defensive end Randy Gregory. The deal is for 5 years, $70 million contract, and he originally agreed, like I said, to stay in Dallas, and I don't know what happened, but he decided to jump ship and take that same exact contract and join the Broncos.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
Well, I wish I could remember if that happened after the Russell Wilson trade.
I can't
But
remember.
maybe that had a factor in it.
I'm sure it has. It's just like just throwing out there that all of a sudden all these big time vets that are still available in free agency want to go to Cleveland now because of what's went down there so far. And it's just like, God, why couldn't the Vikings make a splash like that?
Right.
No, we're gonna re-sign Kirk for 1 year, 35 million. God.
All right. Signs a 6-year deal worth a $120 million contract with the Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
That kind of shocked me, honestly. I thought for sure he'd want to go back home and play in Denver again, but I did hear rumors or just some speculation on that. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I heard that Denver possibly didn't want him back. So
What?
I
Really?
that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but I mean, why wouldn't you want him back? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But so he moved on, and he's gonna be there with Sean McDermott in Buffalo, and it's already a good team over there. So
More toughness in the AFC, DJ. Like I said earlier, it's just unbelievable. These guys in the AFC.
yeah. Now that I see this, all my guys. Oh no, DJ's chart was NFC. But this next guy, my fifth one, um, the Chargers upgraded their defense again here as they signed J.C. Jackson, cornerback from the Patriots. I don't know what his contract details are. I don't have them, but that's going to be a big piece to the offense there in L.A. They got Khalil Mack for a bag of chips, and then they signed J.C. Jackson in free agency. So they're looking pretty good too with the moves they've been making.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I just was gonna look here. I got it pulled up on the AFC West. I guess the bomb dropper is obviously Russell Wilson, but boy, did these Chargers ever make a lot of moves.
Yeah, they
They
did.
signed JC Jackson 5 years, 82.5 million, 40 million guaranteed from Mike Giardi and Ian Rappaport reported that. So wow.
A lot of new faces already, and that was the end of our top 10, but we got more to cover. So the next
Yes, we
one
do.
the next one is the Steelers have a quarterback after Big Ben is gone. They signed Mitchell Trubisky, or as they're already calling him, Trapitsky.
Yeah, I
To a
like that.
two-year, $14.25 million contract, and it'll be interesting to see how he does in Pittsburgh, trying to fill the shoes of Big Ben. But I did hear today, Paul Allen on his morning show said that Mike Tomlin was at Malik Willis's pro day yesterday. So, and I believe they had dinner together. I think so. I don't know if the Steelers go for Malik Willis or any quarterback in the draft. I would still, if they were smart, I would still start Trubisky this year, at least this year. Have one of those rookies sit behind someone, and don't throw him right in. I mean, especially not quarterbacks in these drafts. I mean, this draft, like JJ told me a couple times now, there's not a quarterback in this draft that is NFL ready. I mean, they're good quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong, but they're not a Trevor Lawrence. They're not a, day one come out of college and start week one. That's not this kind of quarterback draft this year. So we'll see if and Paul Allen kind of mentioned, maybe Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh has the 20th pick in the draft. Maybe they want to move up to get Malik. Maybe move up to that 12th spot with the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey.
And Paul Allen kind of had this idea of getting a first round pick next year in next year's draft from Pittsburgh when the quarterbacks are better next year. And then we go after a quarterback next year. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind.
I just when I think about Kirk Cousins' thing back, trading for a pick for next year, Cousins has got that stupid no trade clause. It really ticks me up.
But next year, after this next season, Kirk will have 1 year left.
Yeah.
If we draft a quarterback next year, he can sit behind Kirk for 1 year, and then Kirk's contract will be up, and then you put that new quarterback in. It kind of makes sense.
So you think what he was saying was prepare for next year's draft?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But
that makes sense.
If we get, say we get next year a first round draft pick plus move down to the Steelers 20th overall, that kind of makes me nervous. I don't know if Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley will be there at 20. So it's kind of a risky move if you were to make that move, I guess.
I know we're off topic a little bit, but who would you see as our basic draft needs besides corner?
I don't really know. It's kind of been all cornerback talk.
Yeah.
So I don't.
There's a kid out of Washington, which is McDuffie, and they got, like you said, Sauce Gardner out of Cincinnati, who's like compared to McCarty. Not McCarty. The guy that played for the Jets that has like 11 kids. Do you remember him?
No.
I can't think of his name. Anyways,
he's a NFL player that comes to mind when they have a lot of kids is Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, he could field his own team. Yeah, him and then Stingley is. I guess what my brother and I talked about is we're pretty much going to put $100 bill that we get Stingley with 12 if we stay at 12.
I don't know, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Sauce.
I hope if we could get him. Did you know he never give up a touchdown in college?
No, I didn't hear that, but
yeah, and he never give up a 100-yard receiver in college.
All right. The next one here, we'll kind of cover this position with this team a little. Actually, I guess we will do it. Yeah, they're kind of both together. So, the first one for the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, they signed wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster to a 1 year, $10.75 million deal. I don't know. My honest opinion, I don't really care for Juju. I think all he's really good for is causing drama and making TikTok videos.
True.
He kind of, I don't know. I told my other buddy one day, he's basically just a Antonio Brown wannabe. That's kind of what he is in my eyes, in my honest opinion. He just causes more drama than anything. I wouldn't really want him on my team. So I guess we'll see. And going into this next move for the Chiefs, it looks like Juju Smith-Schuster is probably looking at being the wide receiver 1. Because today, breaking news today, the Chiefs traded wide receiver Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins for 5 draft picks, including a 2022 first rounder and I think it was 2 fourth rounders. So I I don't know. He's getting a $120 million extension with Miami. I just don't know what the story is behind the scenes, I guess. But how can you just trade your all-star number 1 receiver like that, man? That was a bad move, I think. But maybe they had no choice. I heard Tyreek wanted more money and the Chiefs declined it, and he's like, "Well, I want to trade then." So I guess sometimes it is what it is, and it's a business, and you know.
Yeah, DJ. They actually got a first, second, and fourth for this year. So, I mean, that's really good draft capital for one wide receiver. And we talked about it a little bit earlier in our shows. How many sub 440 times there were? There was 8 of them in the receiver group. I know Cheetah is fast, one of the fastest guys on the planet. Hard to replace his abilities, but they saw something. Like you said, the price tag, he got $30 million a year for 4 years extension. I mean, you kind of talked about this before the show. What's McDaniel going to do with all that speed down in Miami? Wow.
Yeah, you got Tua's got Jalen Waddle and now Tyreek Hill. Let's just hope Tua can perform, because we know that those 2 receivers can for sure.
Yeah.
But I think Tua is a good quarterback, so I see the Miami Dolphins improving with what they've done so far. So, and I think that Mike McDaniel is going to be a good coach over there. So, this next one is kind of the biggest talked about move. It has been for a while, up until, well, even now it's kind of a big talker too, but it's a pretty big one. So Deshaun Watson, we all know he didn't play last year, and he's got these lawsuits, and he went to court. He wasn't indicted or anything, so he's clear on that. I'm not sure on what happened with the civil side of everything, but he had a no trade clause, so he's kind of, his destiny was kind of in his own hands on where he was going to go. So finally, he waived his no trade clause to go to the Cleveland Browns, and he got a 5-year, $230 million contract. That guy is getting paid after not playing for a single season. It's a good, I don't know. Deshaun Watson is a really good quarterback. Cleveland's already been getting a lot of backlash for signing this guy. People don't like it just because of his stuff, his legal stuff, and it's just, I don't know. I kind of wanted him in Minnesota, but now after seeing all the backlash and everything that's been being said about Cleveland for doing it, I'm kind of glad we didn't, and for how much money that they're giving him. Holy moly.
That comes out to $46 million a year, DJ. And guess what? It's fully guaranteed.
Jeez.
And the other thing is, Cleveland sold the farm. They don't have a first-round pick till 2025. What are
Jesus.
they thinking, man? It's just unbelievable. That's why when I responded on Twitter last night, I wanted to write more, but you know how tweets get. It
Yeah.
just wow. That was the shocker. Besides what we haven't talked about Russell yet, but geez, those two things. This quarterback, their value's so high.
Yeah, we talked about Russell a couple episodes ago.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, I mean, just what Russell got for Seattle, and I pray to God they don't go with Drew Lock. I hope they make a trade for Baker. I feel bad for Baker, man. He didn't do nothing wrong.
And that's kind of the next thing I have here is where's Baker Mayfield gonna end up? Originally I had to edit this picture. I did have the Saints on there and another team, but the Colts, but we know that ain't gonna happen now. So you kind of got the Panthers and the Seahawks. I'm actually really surprised that neither of these two have gone after Baker, but maybe they're gonna try their luck in the draft, and I don't know. I really, after the Browns were going after Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield demands a trade, and I'm really glad that he did do that. Even before it was official, even before Deshaun Watson agreed to waive his no trade clause for the Browns, Baker wanted out of there, and I don't blame him. For his team to just give up on him like that, I don't know. I feel like Baker did not deserve all that, and he's, there's a lot of Baker haters out there, but I honestly I don't know why. I mean, he played injured last year.
Yeah,
And
majorly.
he played through it, and
Yeah.
he obviously he didn't perform as good as he could have because he was injured, but he stayed out there and played through it for his team. And I don't think he's not a backup. He's a definite starter in this league, and I don't understand why. First of all, I don't know why Cleveland just gave up on him like that. Yeah, I feel really bad for him, and especially now that he doesn't even have a job immediately with the Browns. But what's that?
I was just gonna say, DJ, you got Baker in Cleveland with Stefanski's offense. Obviously, it's run first, 60-40 run to pass. And then you go and you trade the franchise for Deshaun Watson. Kind of reminds me of the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner and the Cleveland franchise. Are they going to change Stefanski's offense for Deshaun Watson? And if so, why didn't they do that for Baker?
Right.
And I mean, basically, I hate correlating this to Kirk Cousins and the way he was with Stefanski, but your quarterback in Stefanski's offense is a game managing quarterback with the play action rollout based off the run. Deshaun Watson, if you're going to give that much away, you're going to put the franchise on his shoulders. They're going to have to change their offense. I just don't know why they didn't give Baker the opportunity. He showed how tough he was.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and it's not like, I mean, I don't know. Baker's not. Everyone says Baker's a crybaby, but I mean, put yourself in his shoes. I don't.
Did you see his social? Did you see his social media post, DJ?
I think I read part of it. It was kind of lengthy, I believe.
Yeah.
But
he put it out right when he put it out right when he got wind that the Browns were in the mix for Deshaun. And I don't. He must have. somebody must have leaked something to Baker for him to put that thank you to Cleveland, the city, the fans, the people. But he will be taking his talents, kind of like LeBron. I'll be taking my talents to South Beach. But Baker's like, I'll be taking my talents somewhere else where I can take my next snap, is what he said. It was just heartfelt, genuine, and it makes you really want to pull for a guy like that.
Yeah. I really hope I don't know. I really hope that he's somewhere starting next year, because for him to get screwed over like this, it's just complete BS, honestly.
Yeah.
But moving on here, the next one I have is Matthew Stafford with the Rams, $135 million guaranteed.
Wow.
That was, that's a good move. I mean, the guy just won you a Super Bowl in his first year on the team, so you got your guy at quarterback. Extend him, dude.
Well, these quarterbacks, DJ, for example, the GOAT, he's going to be what, 43? Tom?
Or 40. I think he will be 44.
Yeah. I mean, I think him and Kirk Cousins are the same age. Stafford and Cousins are the same age, like 33 or 34. So that means we got Cousins still age 36, 37, and they got a Super Bowl champion quarterback to like 37, 38. I think it's a great signing, but people, friends, fans that I've talked to think it's too long to tie your horse to Matt Stafford. I don't know.
I don't think so.
They did get rid of Robert Woods.
Yep, that's the next one I have here is the Rams traded Robert Woods, wide receiver, to the Titans for a 2023 6th-round pick.
Steal.
Got us in that. What's up with these teams just giving players away for bags of chips? I don't get it.
Is it Lay's or Doritos?
I don't know. They probably, well, by the looks of it, it's probably just an off-brand.
Oh, Food Club? Great value?
It may be. Yeah. All right. And the next one is kind of one of the biggest ones, too. Derek Carr and Davante Adams are reunited as the Raiders trade for Davante Adams. Carr and Adams both, they played together on the same college team. And first of all, before the trade happened, Davante Adams told the Packers that he will not play on the franchise tag, as the Packers did place the franchise tag on him, and he said, "No, I'm not playing on the tag." And reportedly, the Packers then offered him around $23 million per year, and he declined it. So then, not too much later, the Packers traded him to the Las Vegas Raiders for the number 22 overall pick and the number 53 overall pick in the 2022 draft. Davante Adams' contract with the Raiders is for 5 years, $141.25 million.
Cash money, the funky monkey. What's that, Randy Moss? Straight cash, homie.
Yep.
20, I think it's like 28 million a year.
Yeah.
But I sent you a graphic with the draft picks. Green Bay got the 22nd pick to go with their 28th first round pick, and they got the 53rd pick overall to go with the 59th pick. So they have 4 picks in the top 59, which I guarantee you, DJ, I'll put a guarantee on it. They get at least 2 receivers, shiny new toys for Aaron Rodgers to play with.
I was I was just gonna say I guarantee you that they at least get 1 receiver, but you're saying you're guaranteeing 2.
Well, there's that many. I've never seen an NFL combine like this in my life. 16 guys ran sub 4.40s. That just doesn't happen every day. And these big guys, Jordan Davis, 6'8", 340, runs faster than Patrick Mahomes. A 4.77 40, dude.
I saw that.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God.
It's just, I don't know what they're feeding these kids in Georgia and Alabama and all over the place, but man, are they athletic.
Yeah, definitely. So the next thing is we're gonna kind of go with the Falcons here. They got a couple of moves. First off, they re-signed Cordero Patterson to be their do everything guy, or also as we call him, the Swiss Army knife. So he'll be back with the Dirty Birds next year. And then the big one that just happened yesterday, I believe. The Falcons traded quarterback Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, to the Indianapolis Colts for a 2022 third-round pick. There again, a bag of chips. I mean, Matt Ryan's getting older, but to sign that or to trade that kind of a guy to a team for just a third-round pick, I mean,
especially after what Russell Wilson got and what Deshaun got. And then you just give away a Super Bowl quarterback that played against the New England Patriots. I don't know if that was 50 or 51. Anyways,
yeah, something like that.
It's just third round pick. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Just throwing QBs around and throwing bags of chips around. That's what they're doing in the NFL this offseason. And then about an hour later, after they traded Matt Ryan, they signed Marcus Mariota QB to a 2-year deal. So they kind of had their sights set if it happened that fast. And I honestly like the signing of Marcus Mariota. He's mobile and he's going to Atlanta. Maybe we can see some kind of memories of Michael Vick there with the mobile quarterback there.
I love the pick or the trade acquisition or whatever they did. I like Marcus Mariota at Oregon Ducks when he was in college, and he was a really fast quarterback at the draft. I believe he was a 4.5 40. And wow, let's see what he can do in Atlanta. This is the spot where I thought Deshaun was going to go. He's from Atlanta. He played in Clemson. Oh man, it just does. The whole league's just gone bonkers.
He got that right.
He got that right.
It ain't even done yet, dude. So
no, I know. And you get bags of chips now, I guess, with every draft pick or whatever.
Yeah, there you go. You get a little snack with every trade you get.
I love snacks.
Next, they're gonna move on to juice pouches.
Juice boxes, yeah.
Feeling a little thirsty here.
I'll trade you a 6-pack of juice backs for that great value nacho cheese chip.
And then I'll give you my Pro Bowl quarterback for that.
Yeah.
All right, and then I just kind of have one more free agent move here before we get into some other topics. The Saints re-signed quarterback Jameis Winston to a 2-year deal for $28 million with $21 million guaranteed. I kind of seen this coming. I kind of thought the Saints were probably just going to stick with Jameis Winston. And to be honest, he did really good last year up until he got hurt. So hopefully he can stay healthy and, do good again with the Saints. And I can finally say that with confidence now that Sean Payton is not their coach.
Yeah. They left basically a shell of Sean Payton coaching tree in place. So I don't know how much do you think the offense is going to change? What's going to happen with Alvin Kamara? Doesn't sound good.
I haven't heard anything on that in a while, so I don't know. All right, so that's well, there's going to be more moves in a segment here in a little bit, but before that, I have this graphic set up. Copycat lead. So if you think about it, I believe this goes year by year too. Tom Brady leaves New England, goes to Tampa Bay, and wins Super Bowl in first year. All right, the next year, which is this last season, Matthew Stafford leaves Detroit, goes to the Rams, wins the Super Bowl in the first year. Russell Wilson leaves Seattle and goes to Denver. You see the trend here?
Ooh, foreshadowing. So you're gonna make a call, huh, DJ?
I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I mean, you see the trend that's happening here. Maybe. Do you think that the Broncos are good enough now to do that and get Russell Wilson to get another Super Bowl win as his first year in Denver?
I see what you're laying down there, big fella. I think Johnny Elway sees the same thing you're saying.
We shall see. We shall see. It'll be really crazy if that does happen. We'll have to look back to this episode and this graphic and say the trend continues.
Heck yeah.
All right. So, next thing is a new thing for season 2, and I kind of had this planned. I don't know, a while ago, but I couldn't think of a name for it, and but since we're from Minnesota and we are Vikings fans, it only makes sense if we have our own Vikings segment. And JJ doesn't know, hasn't seen this graphic, doesn't know what the name of it is yet. So it's going to be all new to him as well. So named our Victor's Skull Report.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome, DJ. Woo! Victor the Viking. He's my boy. Blue,
So now,
he's my boy.
So now, so Victor's Skull Report is just going to be basically our Vikings segment. So I have a ticker here, and these are some of the Vikings offseason moves so far. So we'll go through some of them. First things first, we all know Kirk Cousins gets a 1-year, $35 million extension through the 2023 season. And he also gets the no trade clause like we talked about. Leading up to this and even after it, I was pretty ticked off. I didn't want to extend Kirk. I wanted Deshaun Watson. I didn't want Kirk back. Blah blah blah. I still don't think that he's the quarterback for us to win a Super Bowl with, but seeing, like I said earlier in the episode, after seeing all the backlash Cleveland got for signing Deshaun Watson and a lot more money than Kirk Cousins has, I'm kind of glad we didn't go for Deshaun Watson. But one quarterback that I did kind of secretly want, I don't know if I ever told anyone, but I was kind of wanting Marcus Mariota. That I thought that would have been a good move for us, and probably would have been cheaper than Kirk. And he's mobile, so I thought that would have been an awesome fit for us.
Yeah, I mean, I would never would have guessed that you would say that about Mariota, but it just it makes a lot of sense when you do say it. I just think the Wilfs or KOC or Quasey, they went through their protocols and said there's too much talent on this team to rip it all down right now. And they wanted to get Kirk to a friendly deal. And as friendly as he would get is a 1-year extension. He's going to gamble on himself again. And he likes these 2 to 3 year, 2 years to 3 year deals because then he can get the market average for the quarterbacks on the free agent market. And right now it looks like it's about 46, 47 million. And we're getting them for 35. So I see it as a little bit of a discount. Still disappointed that we didn't go ahead and make the big moves. But after Green Bay got rid of Devontae Adams, and after Chicago got rid of Akeem Hicks and Khalil Mack, the North is wide open, DJ. And we got the most continuity coming back out of any team.
Right.
We got Harrison Smith. We got Kendricks. We got Hunter. We got Cook. We got Jett, Thielen, Irv, Kirk, and a solid old line. I wish we would have signed a right guard, though.
Yeah. So the next signing here is the Vikings signed defensive end Harrison Phillips to a 3-year, $19.5 million contract. He was previously with the Buffalo Bills, I believe.
Yep.
So got another big boy there for the defense. I think he'll do good. So that was a good move by Quasey as well. And then going to the next one, they signed linebacker Jordan Hicks to a 2-year, $10 million contract. Now he came from Arizona, correct?
Yeah, he got released by the Cardinals. Iron Man. He hasn't missed a start in 3 years. He wasn't. I don't know if you want to say average, DJ, if that's the word, but he's going to be fitting in well in the 3-4 packages next to Eric Kendricks.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. This is kind of off topic, but I just our Timberwolves are playing the Phoenix Suns, which is the number 1 seed in the West, and it's the end of the third quarter, and the Wolves are up 88-83.
God, I can't wait to watch the finish on that.
All right. And then the next thing is wide receiver Adam Thielen agrees to restructure his contract, which frees up $8 million in cap, plus another $6 million saving in cap by restructuring Harrison Smith's contract. So those two team players right there restructuring to kind of help build this team up a little bit and restructuring their contracts. So that's awesome on their part.
Yeah, I mean, I wish a guy wearing number 8 would kind of do the same thing, but whatever.
Right. See how team friendly he is. All right, and this last one I have, first, I think there was a tight end from the Rams. I can't remember his name. I'm sure JJ knows.
Johnny Munt.
There you go. I
Yeah,
don't
Johnny
know what
Munt.
the contract deal details are on that signing, but I knew there was a tight end that we signed.
He has 10 career catches, DJ, for 90 yards in like four seasons.
So I don't really know why we signed him. I mean, he's kind of an unproven player by listening to those stats. So yeah, I've never even heard of the guy. So
I think it's just a roster body to fill the spot of Tyler Conklin.
oh yeah. I just hope that Irv can stay healthy.
Yes, please.
We didn't even get to see him at all last year.
That was a bummer.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this last one, this one happened yesterday, and it's kind of the biggest signing for us Vikings. I was pretty pumped up when I heard that it was finally official. So is Zadarius Smith, previously with the Packers. He was originally drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, and he was supposed to sign a 4-year, $35 million contract with the Baltimore Ravens, but he changed his mind and didn't sign with them. I've heard that it was a money thing. He wanted more money, and Baltimore said no, and so he said, "Okay, well, I'm backing out. I haven't signed anything, so I'm backing out." And he met with the Vikings. When was it? Tuesday night, and
Yep.
Tuesday night, I'm sitting here waiting patiently, actually impatiently. I was like, can we get some news? Can we get an official word that he's going to be a Viking? Come on. Nothing. In the morning, there's nothing. I was like, okay, what's going on? And yeah, they took him out to dinner. He obviously stayed the night in the cities. And the next day, yesterday on Wednesday, he agreed to our deal. I think it's what was it, $42 million for 3 years, and it could be up to $47 million worth of in incentives.
Yep.
Yeah, I
47
have.
million up to, according to Ian Rappaport.
Yep, I have it
Just
down
want to
here on the ticker here. Yeah, I forgot.
I just want to give a quick shout out to the 4 people watching us live on Periscope. Good to have you. Thanks for following along. But did you know, DJ, that number 99 took a restructure pay cut to get Darius Smith on board?
Yeah, see, what I heard was, okay, Daniil Hunter's was it 18 or 20 million dollars, one of those two. They had to move it. He still got that money, but they had to move it. So I believe they moved it to a roster bonus, and supposedly that won't go towards your cap hit.
Yep.
So that's how. So he didn't. Well, they kind of restructured it, but Daniil still gets all of that money, so he didn't like take a pay cut or anything. So they just kind of moved money around, and that's how we were able to sign Zadarius. And the cool story, I don't know if you've heard this or not, but well, if you watched Zadarius's press conference, you probably did, but maybe some of the viewers have not. They asked Zadarius in the press conference about Daniil Hunter, and he said that he's a great guy. He actually got to sit down with him at the Pro Bowl in 2019, and he actually told Za'Darius, he said, maybe someday we'll be playing on the same team. And Danielle Hunter actually signed a jersey for Za'Darius, and he actually wrote on the jersey, maybe someday we'll be on the same team. And Za'Darius has that jersey, and it's just crazy because now they're probably one of the best duos, going to be the best duos in the NFL on defense, and they're finally together, and it's just crazy how that kind of stuff works out.
Dude, I did not hear that, and I want to add to that. Za'Darius on Tuesday night wrote a tweet that said, "Meet you at the quarterback."
Yep, back
And
from the Purple People Eaters.
You already know, DJ. That's why I can count on my co-host. He's on top of it. Yeah, I thought that was like a irony or foreshadowing that he would put out a Viking tweet while he was in Minneapolis. Like something must have caught his eye with that, probably in one of the complexes or whatever. But how excited are you for our defensive line right now?
Dude,
wow.
I'm excited to see Za'Darius Smith go after Rodgers twice a year.
Hopefully it's only once after he hurts his shoulder, throwing shoulder, and he's done for the year.
Yeah, there we go. I think what kind of one of the selling points to get Za'Darius to sign with us is first of all, he said just walking in the building, it felt like family, and he already knows two of the coaches really good, Mike Smith and Mike Pettin. So he kind of said that a few different times. So he's really excited to work with those two coaches again. And I don't know how many times he said in his press conference that he said, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be a Minnesota Viking. So a huge smile on his face. And Kwesi said that, and Kevin O'Connell, I watched the Kwesi and Kevin both talk about him before he was announced. And they said that they got to watch it around there because if you give Za'Darius a hug or a high five, you're getting all of him. And that's a lot of strength behind that guy. And he hugged Kwesi right when he took the podium, and you'd hear Kwesi in the background saying, "You see, there it is."
6'5", 274, DJ. Big boy.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to see that guy coming at me full speed.
Heck no.
All right, well, that's
Full speed.
Basically all we got. Yeah, we're off and rolling in season 2 already, man.
I really like the Victor's skull. That's awesome, dude.
Victor's Skull Report. That's our new little Viking segment that'll be probably at the end of most episodes.
Heck yeah, man. Are we going to continue one show a week till the fall camp starts?
Yeah. that's what I'm thinking. It's kind of going a whole week without doing a show. It kind of sucks,
Yeah, it
go
does.
for a while, and it's like, God, I want to do the show already, but but with my life at work and family and stuff, it's kind of going good with only having to be away for an hour, a little over an hour, just once a week. So but yeah, you got anything else to add quickly before we wrap up?
Just stay keep coming back. If you like the show, make sure you look us up on all of our social medias that we got. DJ put a nice graphic together on top for season 2 with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts.
Yep, those are just some. I think total for podcast platforms alone, I think we are on 7 different platforms for podcasts, and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I haven't gotten to make any new TikToks in a while, so I gotta get going on that. So check us out there, and especially our YouTube channel. It's hard to get any leeway on YouTube, so go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's just High Hope Sportscast, and all of our previous episodes, all of season 1 is on there now. So you can go back and rewatch all of our episodes if you really want to. And subscribe and you'll get notified, when we're going live, and they can be on top of when our shows are gonna be coming out. So go follow us and subscribe and like and share the show. More the merrier. So this is DJ and JJ signing off from our first episode of season 2. We will see you in the next episode. See ya.
Peace.